Do you all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize,
This is when you were broke and poor.
You know, right, having directors in.
Choose your fighter. Slightly inspired. Fight. You win.
Let's get started here. Let's go on the 1 hour. Mark out the support and resistance levels here. Drag this guy on over. Same thing here. It's a 30-minute time frame. Let's move this up here a little bit. I'm going to capture the bottom of this candle body and then the high of this red candle body, this one right here, and just move this. All right. Say 30-minute. Yeah, this looks good. Capture this candle body high, this green. Let's see, and then we get a candle body high right there. minute. Yeah. Looks pretty accurate. Keep in mind, it's a zone. It's not like a precise box. So if it's a little off, that's fine. Let's go in the 1 hour time frame. Let's determine our directional bias here. 15-minute. It's still, let's see, 15-minute is still bearish. This thing says bull, but sometimes it's wrong. Sorry, that's the 1 hour. 15-minute is bullish actually. Yeah. 30-minute break of this. Let's see. Most recent break of structure would be this high right here. It says bearish. Yeah, 30 minutes should be bullish. This break of this high, close over it. 15-minute, we had this break of the high. 15 and 30 is bullish. Hour is bearish. So overall, we're bullish here. If we're looking for trades on supply, demand, or breakout strategy, we're overall bullish. Let's mark out this bullish gap. Bearish, large bearish gap up here as well. On the 5-minute time frame, looks like it broke this gap. Let me see. Yeah, this green candle body, close over it, and then you have this large 5-minute gap right there. This I'm going to put a 5 next to, just telling me that it's a 5-minute gap instead of a 1 minute. A 5-minute gap there. Down here, 5-minute gap. Okay, let's see. Delete this here. Start broken through. See on the 1 minute, see what we have going on. Alright. We're gonna have to go back here. What we're gonna do. This bullish inversion is broken through already, so we'll delete that. Here we have a bearish inversion or bearish gap, which could be used for a bullish inversion. So go over to my other chart here and just draw it up, extend it over. It's a little bit easier that way. See what else we have here. Okay, we have this. I'm gonna delete. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. We have this bullish gap right here. Price broke through it. This becomes a bearish inversion. Huh. For some reason, just put bear. I don't know why I didn't say it correctly, but this should be bearish inversion. Should be red. And then we have this large 1 minute gap as well. Bearish FEG there. The 1 minute. Then we have this FEG here. I'm gonna send this over. Lots of bearish gaps over here on the 5 minute and 1 minute. See how price reacts off of these. Here's a bullish gap. Let's see price. Bearish inversion. Yeah, large bullish gap. Price came down and then broke through it. So it's bearish inversion. That's good. Here we've tapped into a bearish inversion zone. All right. Why are these extending? Or not? May send it too far. Let's save it like this. You can find a bullish. Let's do this. Let's do bull inverse fair value gap. All right, we got bullish gap here. We're inside a bearish inversion. EMAs, SMAs are trading bullish here. We're not going to take a bearish trade. We're not going to look for shorts just because we're bullish. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's a large 5-minute gap up here, so even if we take if this bearish inversion breaks, we're looking for buys. We're probably gonna target that 5-minute gap, unless there's 1-minute liquidity sitting inside of it, which doesn't appear to be so. Mark out. Looks like there's 15-minute liquidity here. Sorry, 15-second liquidity, not 15-minute liquidity. I just marked it right here, this purple dot, or this purple line, right? This purple line, you can't really see it, but I have another chart right here. There's a white dot right there. That's 15-second liquidity. Anywhere you see a dot, that's liquidity on that time frame. And then up here we have 1 minute. All right, 15 seconds broken. This bearish inversion is broken. This guy becomes bullish inversion. Right there. think TradeVate is glitching today. Or TradingView. I saved this as bullish inversion. Yeah, but it's extending it all the way over. Can't see it. There we go. Let's go across. Let's see, where's that candle body? Yeah, this is the candle body right here that created that bearish FEG. See how it does. It comes back. We're sitting inside a 5-minute gap, so I wouldn't try and take a trade in here just because price could just drop from this gap at any point. Also, especially since price has pushed up so far on the 5-minute time frame with this candle, it could just retrace pretty far back down. Yeah, up top we have a bunch of bearish structures here that we're trading into. 5-minute gap, bearish inversion, 1-minute gap, a 1-minute gap, or a couple bearish gaps up here. I like this better. Bear inversion. Let's do the same for the bullish one. Inversion. All right. Looks like price is trending up. Just broke and retest these support levels, support resistance level up here, or down here, right here, right here, right here. Just gonna test some more highs, or test these structures up here. Let's go back to 1 minute. Maybe price will start to slow down, and then we could look for some bearish inversion setups. See. If we're looking for inversions, shorts, I want this 50 SMA to cross above this 13 EMA. So it looks something like this, and then price will trade below it and we'll enter below it. That's how we'll look for shorts. But right now, these EMAs, SMAs are bullish right now. This bullish gap right here is pretty small, but let's see what price does if it comes back and respects it, and then right now it's testing this resistance level right there. See what it does. If it comes back down, further back down. Just gotta watch out for these double gaps. You have this 1 minute bearish gap forming inside of a 5 minute bearish gap as well. Usually once it hits like a support resistance level, a strong one, then price tends to reverse in the opposite direction pretty strongly, like this here. It looks like it closed over this bullish gap right here with this candle body. Close right there. Here's a close right there. So disrespected that zone. We're just gonna delete it. Even if the zone was there, it wouldn't be a good trade just because you're gonna be trading up inside a 5 minute gap here. If price tends to, or if price decides to trend to the opposite direction downwards, then it might be a little bit better. Since you're looking for bullish trades up into these bearish areas, is not gonna it usually doesn't work out too well. Bullish FEG. I'm just gonna mark these areas here just in case we could take it off the reversal, off the inversion. Down here we have, let's see, if there's any inversions. I don't see any down here. Tap this support resistance area right here. That price is deciding to come back down to the 15-minute. For the zone right here, I just captured the low of that candle body, and then going over, captured this high, that candle body, and readjusted that zone. Lots of bullish and bearish gaps here. Ideally, if price is able to break this bullish 5-minute gap, and then we could take an inverse and then trade downwards, that'd be good. Mark out some 1-minute liquidities over here. What is this? Should be right at that candle low. There you go. This candle body closed over this bullish gap, now becomes a bearish inversion. Let's see how it respects it. If it starts trading lower, like down here, we'd look for a bullish inversion, since we'd want the 13 EMA to be a little bit lower. So that way we would take some trades above it, and then we would target some structures up here. Looks like it's wicking off of this bearish inversion. Yeah, currently it's still respecting it. EMAs, SMAs are still bullish. 15-minute, 30-minute time frame. Still bullish overall. Yeah, see if it drops from here and then retest here, and maybe it'll go back up. Sweet. Let's wait and see what happens. If there is a breakout on the 1 minute, then we could look for a long position on the 1 minute if that happens. For a 1 minute breakout, we need a strong 1 minute candle push up with a gap, and then another candle here after that with a 1 minute gap being made. Looks like it broke this candle body low, then that created this initial bullish gap right here with this red candle. So now it's good for a pullback, and then you take a short once these two EMAs SMAs cross over, so we can get that cross, then we'll look for shorts. Then you get that way. That's how you enter that trade, or trade like that. Just gonna put an alert here to see if that happens. I'm gonna go on the 15-second time frame, just mark off some liquidity areas. 15-second liquidity. All right, that's good. Let's go back on the 1 minute. Let's put these on the 30, visible on the 30, not the 15. See where it crossed here. Now if price pulls back up, we'll look for shorts and an entry below this 13 EMA. Then we could target this 5-minute gap right here. If it happens. So entry would, let's say if we enter below the 13 EMA, it could be around here, stops depending where the high of the candle is, and then target this 5-minute gap. That'll be a good setup. I don't know what this automatic high toast. See if it comes back and respects this bearish inversion here. Alright, let's switch to the Heikin-Ashi chart 1 minute. See if this holds. I'm gonna need a long lower wick that's closed, a candle with a long lower wick that closes below this. That candle body also has to close below this 13 EMA as well. Alright, I'm just gonna get this set up here. Just in case. If this zone holds, and we have a candle body that closes below this 13 EMA with a long lower wick, then we'll enter off of that. TP would be down at this 5-minute gap down here. We're in a bullish, sitting in a bullish gap as well. That doesn't matter though. Oops. We're getting close, but there's going to be some buy pressure here. So if it closes above it, then we won't be able to take it off this bearish inversion. Let's see if price is able to hold it, or this zone is still able to hold it. I'm still gonna adjust this here. See, we're on the 1 minute. This candle might close above it out of this bearish inversion zone. So if that's the case, this zone is no longer usable to trade, to look for a short position. You're gonna need a strong push downwards if price is looking to respect this bearish inversion, but it doesn't look like it. So all right, looks like price broke out of it on the 1 minute. Let me show you here. Switch back to regular candle. This green candle body right here. Can delete that there. Yeah, green candle body closed outside this bearish inversion, telling me that buyers are in control now. So delete that zone there. Here we have some bullish gaps. We got some 1 minute liquidity sitting above here. "15-second liquidity sitting down here." See if this respects. If not, we could take the inversion, the bearish inversion. But I need this candle body low to be broken though. The EMAs, SMAs are still bearish. When you have this 13 EMA here sitting below this 50 SMA, then it's bearish. So I'm looking for a candle body close over this here. This candle body low that created this bullish FEG. And then retrace, look for an entry, and then look for shorts down this 5-minute gap. Let's see. There's that 5-minute gap that's forming right now. So I'll just be careful of that there. If it could close it, that would be good. This bullish 5-minute gap, if it could close it, we don't have to worry about that. So we could target this next 5-minute gap down here. Yeah, it looks like it closed it on the 5-minute. You see that? So we don't have to worry about that 5-minute gap there. This candle closed over this. So we want a retracement, and then we'll look for a short entry towards going for this 5-minute gap down here. This now becomes a bearish inversion zone. Put alert right here. You also possibly look for a short off this bearish inversion. Well, if it flips to a bearish inversion, make sure it closes below this candle body low that created this bullish gap as well. Let's see what happens. So possible setup would be right here going down, or if price breaks out of this and then comes back up, retest it, and then look for a short. So those are two possible trade scenarios, keeping in mind that 13 EMA, 50 SMA were bearish there, the EMAs, SMAs. But if this bearish gap becomes a bullish inversion, just gotta be careful about that. All right, this candle body low did not close over this other candle body low. Actually, it opened. Yeah, it opened lower. Actually, yeah. So this is valid. Open lower, so this becomes a bearish inversion. All right, let's see. Let's flip to the Heikin-Ashi chart. I need a pullback that's green instead of red. So I can't enter off of this. I need a red drop and then pull back to be green for the Heikin-Ashi before I can enter. It did on the 1 minute respect this bearish inversion, but I would like a green Heikin-Ashi candle here. Just tell me that, okay, it's bearish, and then a green candle that's a pullback, and then it could break that green candle going to the downside instead of just a straight red Heikin-Ashi run. Let me see here. Actually, yeah, on the 30s. Yeah, we're not doing on the 30s. I can delete that. 1 minute. Don't take it off of the 30-second. It's just too much noise. So many fake outs. 1 minute is what we're looking for here. So it's trading below this 13 EMA, which is good. And it's pulling back green, which is good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this just if it sets up. Our TP is going to be this 5-minute gap down here. I'm going to need a long lower wick to enter off of though. Need a longer lower wick than I have a shorter upper wick, so I need a longer lower wick compared to an upper wick. But this zone might, let me see if this zone holds off this candle here. Got about 12 more seconds before it'll show if this zone is disrespected or not. Yeah, this is disrespected. I'm gonna show you here. So going back on the 1 minute, it's a regular candle. Candle body opened outside of this bearish inversion, so we have strong bullish pressure. We're gonna delete that there. Here we have a bearish gap, bearish FEG here. This could become a bullish inversion. Overall, we're still, if the EMAs, SMAs are lined up like this, we're still bearish overall. Right now on the 5-minute, price is just kind of consolidating around these wicks up here. Sell pressure there, we have buy pressure right here, so it's gonna probably consolidate around here for a little bit. Unless it takes off somewhere at any point. Now, if price tags that bearish inversion up there, then let's say our entry would be below the 13 EMA somewhere. We're just going to guesstimate it, and this would be a possible setup right there. Actually, it would target this 1 minute gap. There's a 1 minute gap nearby or before 5-minute gap, then you'll target that 1 minute. So that'll be a setup there. The only thing is that you have to break and close over this bearish gap that becomes a bullish inversion. Let's see where this candle body closes. You have a 15-second liquidity up at the top here. This down here is 1 minute liquidity. So anywhere you have 1 minute liquidity, so you have a lot of sellers over here. Down here you have lots of buyers here. So on the 1 minute, it's probably gonna range between here, unless another 1 minute liquidity, this becomes a 1 minute, then it starts ranging here. Bearish gap is still being respected. This right here is a 15-second liquidity. So let's say if price pulls all the way back here, trades below this 13 EMA, we enter here, target this 1 minute liquidity. This 15-second, if it attacks, once it attacks that, then moves stop loss to break even. On the 5 minute, we have some support right here coming off this 13 EMA, so some buyer pressure in this area. Another possible scenario would be if price breaks this bearish inversion, comes back, retests what this would be a bullish inversion, then target this 5 minute gap. That would be a possible setup as well. You have 15-second liquidity right here. So if you see a bunch of 15-second liquidities or even 1 minute liquidity zones, and it's getting closer and closer to each other, that just means that price is consolidating on that time frame. Right, so here's a 15-second, is getting higher, this is getting lower. Price is pretty much just consolidating right here, as you can see with this trend line. Just gotta be patient, wait for his setup. A good setup is when it follows your rules, and then with my setups, I would have to know who's in control, buyers or sellers, who's overtaking who, and that's where we'll once we determine that and the setup appears, then we could take the trade. But right now, price is just going up and down. No clear direction on who's in control right now. Though overall we're bullish, and then on the 1 minute time frame we're bearish. Look at the 15-second. You see how it's getting higher. Right. So we can't form another 15-second liquidity below this one right here. So this is getting higher. This is getting lower. So it's gonna squeeze, and eventually it should be able to take off somewhere, whether if it's up or down. Delete those. Don't need those. Right now there's like a small support line, trend line there, and then price is respecting this area a lot, so it's gonna squeeze and then go down or go up and take out all these liquidities here. It's a 15-second liquidity. Okay, let's switch to the 1 minute. Oops. I would need a, came back up here. So we target this 1 minute. I would need a candle body to close below this. This 13 EMA. All right, this here becomes a bullish inversion though. See how price this candle closed above it? And then actually, yeah, close above, came back down, and then opened up here and then closed below it. So this bullish inversion zone is no longer respected. Yeah, bearish gap becomes bullish inversion once this green candle close over it and then it close under it. So this is no longer good. We don't have to worry about that one there. Let's see how price is doing here. Said I need a candle body close below this 13 EMA and then a long lower wick compared to the upper, and then that's where we could take our entry. So right here, TP would be at this 1 minute liquidity right here. So the entry would be right here. Be a sell stop if it works out here. The RR is not too good if it enters here, so 0.75. I will look for some type of retracement to enter a little higher. Or if let's say the entry is like up of here, be a little bit better. Let's measure these two there. $1.75 there. The lower wick has to be longer than the upper wick, and then you take the break of that lower wick. So that's how that works. So both of these are even. Gonna reset this. Price may break out to the upside. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens here. This bearish inversion is still holding price down. So it, yeah. If the entry is right here, that's a bad entry. I would look for an entry like somewhere above here. We're gonna check out the 15-second, but there's no entry yet. So if it broke this this candle low right here, if the lower wick is longer than the upper, you enter here. But look at where this the risk reward is. So if it's higher up, then it'll be a little bit better. That bearish inversion is still getting respected, so we'll hold off. It looked like it tagged us here. So it would tag us in on this trade right here where it actually, let me see here. 3.75, 3.25. Actually, yeah, it wouldn't tag us in. This 1 minute, I'm gonna delete this here. 1 minute liquidity is taken. So I would say the entry would be right here off this longer lower wick, but we're sitting at a 5 minute gap here. Yeah. So that wouldn't be good. And then we're sitting at a support level, a strong support level. So if we start trading below or lower, then we can look for shorts. There wasn't a clean entry anywhere in there. I was just adjusting as price was moving up and down, and there wasn't a clean entry. So no clean entry means no trade. Took out this 15-second. I should delete that. This version is still holding up there. See what price does around this 1 minute gap here. This right here is a 5 minute gap. See on the 5 minute, unless price starts to like come back up and reject this 13 EMA, starts rejecting that, and then it breaks out and closes over that, and we could look for like a long position for a 5 minute breakout trade. That would be another possible scenario. This here is a candle body low that created this bullish FEG here. Close below it, so this would be a strong bearish inversion zone. To take a short off of, and still trading below the 13 and 50 SMA. The only thing is we have this 5 minute gap right here. See if this bearish inversion zone holds. Doesn't look like it will. We're just gonna delete that one there. All right. So another setup would be if it starts resisting right below this 13 EMA. So you have a couple of wicks right here, and then we have a 5-minute candle that breaks out and closes over that 13 EMA. Then we could look for a long position on the 5-minute for a breakout trade. See how 5-minute it's kind of reacting strongly off of this support zone right here. "15-second liquidity." Now on the 5-minute, this candle here, long bearish wick right here. Now if it closes below this 13 EMA and then the next candle closes above it, then we could take out breakout on the 5-minute using that breakout strategy on the 5-minute there. In 15-minute, we're still bullish. Yeah, break of this high. 30-minute, same thing, break of this high, break and close over. 1 hour, I think it's still bearish. And actually 1 hour should be bullish. So all time frames are bullish. This indicator sometimes wrong, so you just gotta double check. Let's go back on the 1-minute time frame, see what we have. Here we have a bullish gap. Looks like there's a bunch of buyers in this area right here. Price came down. Big spike down. Took them out and big spike up there. Usually when you have a spike down to grab liquidity and a equal size spike back up in the opposite direction, that's usually like a liquidity grab. Get that on the 5-minute. Lots of buyers right here. You see all the wicks on the bottom. Lots of buyers here to look for long. This red candle came down strong, stopped them out, then came back up and reversed up. All right, minute left on this 5-minute candle. What I'm looking for is price to close below this 13 EMA to show me there's resistance below here, that sellers are in control, and then I want the next candle to close above it. And then target a 1-to-1, or we take a look at this volume profile here and target this. See how it slopes down. We target this last volume bar here. So that's what we're looking for. We're back on the 1 minute. See, we get a breakout candle on the 5 minute. That would consider a breakout trade. Breakout strategy. Okay, let's take a look here. So on the 5 minute, do you see how it broke out over this 13 EMA? So now you can't take a breakout off of this candle. What I look for is a sweep. Price come down, sweep this low, come back up where the original breakout was, and then continue upwards. It's gonna put alert down here. Let me see. I'm just gonna set up and see just in case. Be a buy stop. TP is gonna be all the way up here. If it does happen, sometimes it happens pretty quick, so you have no time to set up. This candle have to come down pretty strongly to take out this low down here. And then come back up and tag us in the buy stop where it initially broke out at. So it broke out here because there's lots of buyers that got in. Sometimes it'll fake out. And what we'll do is wait for price to come back down, tag this low right here to sweep out those buyers, and then come back up to where it initially broke out at, and then that's where you would enter. See if we get strong, aggressive push up for that to happen. There's a bearish inversion here. See if there's aggressive buying. Right now there isn't. But sometimes you can just spike up at any moment. If not, it could be the next candle. But we have this bearish inversion zone right here with bearish gap that's being formed right now in the 1 minute. Price would have to spike over this bearish inversion and then tag us in. See what happens on the next candle, if not this candle. Just get ready. It's tagged into this bearish inversion on the 1 minute. See if it rips through it. All right, it's inside. Let's move this right to this right here. Just gonna put a buy stop there just in case price rips through it. It tags us in, and then we'll target this up here. This bearish inversion is disrespected on the 1 minute. If it tags us in and goes up to this bearish inversion right here, we'll trail it on the 1 minute time frame. Right here we have buy pressure. Took out these buyers right here, swept it. Now it's coming back up. We're sitting at a support level, strong support level as well. See if price can push up. 15 minute. Actually, I'm gonna get out this one. All right, so 15-minute indicator is telling me that since this candle closed below it, it's bearish. So the only time we take a trade like that for a fake out is if overall the time frames are matching up. So 15 minutes should be bullish, and then 30-minute or 1 hour should be bullish as well. So if that's not the case, then it doesn't follow the rules of that strategy strategy that we're just looking at right now. So that's why I got it closed out of that. All right, so let's see here if there's anything on the 1 minute. Yeah, if there's a break and close over this low right here, so on the 15 minute, so that's bearish. So if that's bearish, I don't want to take it long there on the 15 minute if we're using that strategy. Okay, so what can happen is on the 1 minute we have this bearish FEG that is now bullish inversion. What I would look for is this becomes 1 minute liquidity. This candle body high that created this bearish FEG right here to be broken. So candle needs to close over it and then retrace, look for a long, but for entry would have to be above this 13 EMA, have to be crossing over this 50, and then we'll look for a long position above those EMAs, SMAs. Just gonna put alert here, see in case it pulls back. I just want to make sure these guys cross over, and then if it pulls back, we'll enter. Well, if it pulls back, we have to enter above that's amazing there. looking for something like this and target this 1 minute liquidity there. Entry would be above these SMAs, EMAs. Now, if you weren't using like this directional bias indicator right here, you'd say that price came down, swept these buyers right here, strong bull pressure, and it could continue in the upper direction. But for my strat, if that happens, I want that 15 minute to have to be bullish, not bearish. This red candle body close over this low right here, so overall that would be just bearish. So I kind of have to estimate where it's going to cross. So let's say it crossed right here and came back down. Entry would be right here, and then stops would be somewhere where the low is, and then target this, be something like that. One minute liquidity take in. Yeah, like a large spike. Like I said, if that 15 minute candle closure and break wasn't there, then this would be TP. So that would have been pretty good. Let's see what happens. Have this 1 minute gap here. Price is most likely gonna close over this bearish inversion. That gets deleted there. We have this bullish gap. So when market is moving, you're gonna have to kind of think about what setup is gonna happen. Before it even happens, so you can plan for the trade ahead of time. Right now we're inside a 5 minute gap here. Check out this 1 minute liquidity. See what price does. Yeah, that would have been an awesome trade. That 15 minute closed below. If it didn't, then that would have been a good trade. So I called it. Just wasn't, it was just a little off. That would have been a really good, I think TP was like right around here, 30, like about 33 points, about 1 to 3 risk reward. Let's go back here. This becomes a bullish inversion. I'm not gonna look for a trade off this bullish inversion though, just because we're in a 5-minute gap and then we're sitting right at resistance right here. So if you take a trade, you enter, come in, get stopped out. A better setup would be if this 1-minute gap over here becomes a bullish inversion, this bearish inversion gets deleted, and you could target something like that. That'd be better. That'd be way better. A lot of traders are you're gonna have either some more bullish pressure, people getting in here off this bullish inversion, or they are gonna look for shorts or just get in for shorts because we're at a resistance level. The best bet would be just wait until until you see what price does. To see who's clearly in control, because right now we have some buyers right here off the bullish inversion. You have this large 1 minute candle pushing down. There's no wicks on either end. Someone's gonna get stopped out, or maybe both sides are gonna get stopped out. Who knows? But you don't want to be get caught up in between that war right there. The 5 minute gap. There we go. 5 minute gap. Best scenario's price is able to close above everything here, above this 5 minute gap, above this bearish inversion, flips this bearish FEG into a bullish inversion, takes the long off of that one, target that 1 minute liquidity there. That would be the setup to wait for. It's retesting this bearish inversion. Tapped into this 5 minute gap here. Here's what I would look for now. Tapped into this 5 minute gap, bullish inversion is still getting respected. If price starts trading above this resistance level right here and you enter a little bit above it, then it's gonna be a good chance that price is gonna continue pushing up. So if that's the case, we could possibly look for an entry there. What we'll do is put a stop at the bottom there, look for a long upper wick, and then let's say if it breaks looking for it to break above that resistance level. And that's the setup. That's a setup that I would see here. Right now it's consolidating. But let me set this up just in case it does happen. I would need a long upper wick. Yeah, long upper wick, and then the next candle to break that long upper wick here. 17 seconds. Let's put a buy stop there, see what happens. This one's a little bit riskier, winning a 5-minute gap. Tag this bearish inversion with targets. See if it rips through. If not, we could trail that 1-minute candle. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to trail it a little bit. Yeah. Price could continue. The only thing I saw that I didn't like, we have a bearish inversion with a bearish gap. Usually these zones are pretty strong here if it's stacked on top of each other. Also, we're in a 5-minute gap. So I saw that once I zoomed out a little bit there, or in the trade. Just got out, so. All right, now if you were in the trade still and you were trailing, once price hit that bearish inversion, stop would be right here. Entry would have been up here. So you would be a little bit in drawdown. Have a bullish gap right here. Let's mark this out. All right. The price came up, swept these people who sold here, and then looks like aggressively came down aggressively. It's gonna retest this area. It's gonna retest, either go up or it's gonna be considered a sweep where price took out these sellers here from this move up and then come back down and then retest and continue back down. This here is pretty strong. This becomes a bearish inversion. Price, this candle right here, you can see it. This candle closed below this bullish gap, becomes a bearish inversion, and then inside it's forming a bearish FEG. So when you have a stack like this, these areas are pretty strong. The price came back down, retested this, and then what came back up, retest this area. Let's see what happens here. This bearish inversion zone is probably going to get deleted. This candle closed over it. This becomes a bullish inversion here. All right, so this is what's happening around here. People are getting swept to left and right. You got price pushing up, or you got people selling. Look at this strong bullish candle here. Same with this. All right, price came up and then swept these sellers up here from this move up. All right, then price came back down and rejected off of this level right here, and I'm pretty sure most people, or I'm gonna say most people, a lot of people sold, right, saying okay, this liquidity sweep swept these highs right here, came back down below this level, this resistance support level, got in for shorts, looking for price to reverse. Now price is going back up, swept out these people right here that sold, right, swept out these people that sold with this push up here. Now it's coming back down. So around this level, people are getting in for buys, getting in for sells. There's just no clear direction, right? No clear direction whatsoever. Now it's coming back to retest here, this level. People are probably gonna buy here. We're sitting in this whole area of this whole bearish area right here, and then it may come back down. Look at the 5 minute. Strong buy pressure here. Price comes up. Right, and then strong sell pressure at the top here. So we're caught in between. Buyers down here, sellers up here, so it's gonna consolidate. People are getting in right here. Price is not pushing up. There's strong sell pressure at top, so these buyers, if you're taking positions on 5 minute, you're probably gonna get stopped out. On the 1 minute here, these highs got swept. People got in here for long. Now they're getting stopped out here. Retesting this bullish inversion off this green candle here. It looks like there's strong buy pressure, but it wasn't able to push back up. So it's probably going to continue to sell. Retesting this 5-minute gap as well. We got about 25 more minutes in this trading session. Let's see if we can catch a trade. If not, it's all good. Today was really good. Follow the rules, called everything out ahead of time, predicting the markets, reading the market, not getting into a worthless trade. You could look for a bullish trade or buy position off this bullish inversion here. If it breaks above here and then you target this 1 minute liquidity up here. The only thing is you're sitting inside of a 5-minute gap. You just never know when price is just gonna snap back down here. All right. And then you have this support zone up here. Price could come up and then push back down towards stop loss. So if this 5-minute gap wasn't here, then that'd be a good entry here. Above this 13 EMA, and then you have a good RR, and you can start trailing at once it hits here, this resistance level, and then up towards this bearish inversion level right here, targeting this 1 minute liquidity. See what's going on the 1 minute. This bullish inversion zone is still getting respected. The candle bodies are still inside this zone here. If it starts closing below this bullish inversion zone, then this zone is disrespected here. Right, yeah, strong sell pressure. Most likely it's going to close below it. So we delete this zone here. This bullish inversion, no longer good. I would say the next best setup would be if price comes down, inverses off this bullish gap to become a bearish inversion, and then target this as 1 minute liquidity down here. Or there's a bullish gap here. Or on the 5 minute, if it breaks out on the 5 minute. I needed candle body close below this this candle low right here that create this bullish gap. So come down, close below it, retrace, and then look for shorts. That would be a setup there. It's a 5-minute gap here. If there's a 1-minute liquidity inside a 5-minute gap, I would target that. Once it gets to like anything like a bullish inversion, a 5-minute gap, support level down here, then I would trail that or start trailing it. On the 5-minute, if price starts pushing up, rejecting off this 13 EMA, and starts closing and breaking above that 13 EMA, I would look for a 5-minute breakout setup. On the 5-minute, you have this 5-minute gap that's forming. Now I wouldn't take a trade off of a bearish inversion unless that gap is it stops kind of adjusting here. So this green candle here is going to adjust this gap. So once this candle closes, then this gap right here is set, and once it's set, then you could if your trade is set up, you could get in for a trade, but I would just be careful for that 5-minute gap that's kind of forming. Because let's say this is a bearish inversion right here. It's not right now, but let's say it's a bearish inversion. You get in while trade is that 5-minute gap is still setting up. It could retrace back, close it even more, and stop you out, and then continue into the other direction. Hi, Slay. Come here. What's up, buddy? What's up, man? How you doing? Huh? What you doing, buddy? Hmm? You up already? Hmm? Where's Mr. Bean? Where's Mr. Bean? Alright, so on the 5-minute here, we're getting some rejection off this this 13 EMA. If there is the next candle breaks out, closes over it, then I would look for a long position. But it would still need to close and reject off this 13 EMA. Alright, so we got sell pressure rejection here, this next candle. Looking for it to close above the 13 MA for a long position, targeting this volume, this last volume bar. See how it slopes down right here? So adjust this. Alright, now if a setup were to happen, it'd be off of this this breakout. Sell pressure rejection off this 13 EMA. This next candle closes above it, then we could look to get it going long. That'd be the setup there to look out for. We're looking for a bullish pressure here, pushing price up, closing above the 13 EMA. And then entry off that close there. See if it happens with this candle, and then if not, possibly the next candle. All right, so this would be the last candle here that if I'm looking for a trade, I need a break and close over this 13 EMA for entry, and then if that doesn't happen, then I'll be done for today. Huxley, what are you doing, buddy? Come here. Come here. What are you doing? What are you doing, little guy? We have this 1 minute bullish FEG inside this bullish 5 minute gap here. So right now price is consolidating. With a breakout, you usually kind of want some kind of consolidation and then upward momentum showing there's bullish pressure and then closing above 13 MA just to confirm that strong bull pressure. So that's the 5 minute breakout strategy there. Don't need this anymore. I'm just gonna delete that. We have 2 minutes 30 seconds, 2 minutes 40 seconds about for this candle to push up, close above that 13 EMA for entry, and if not, we're done. There's that push here. We'll see if it closes over it. Like another minute, minute and a half. Alright, looks like it's probably not gonna break out, or it's not gonna close above it, so just delete that. No trace for today. That's fine. Overall, not too bad. Follow all the rules. Really disciplined today. Called everything out. Nothing really set up correctly, so did take a small trade here, and then I saw this bearish inversion with this 1 minute bearish gap as well sitting inside of it. So once it tapped that, started kind of just trailing that pretty closely. But all right, we're done for today. We'll run it back next week.